What is up, my beautiful collective? Welcome to Intuitive Tarot Sessions. Today is going to be a pick-up card on what you need to know right now. I trust that this video is in perfect timing, so if it found you right now, grab your drink and let's jump right on in. So welcome to the bar. Today's menu, we have the Old Fashioned, we have the Rebirth, we have the Kyoto Sour, and then we have the Mezcal Margarita, which is a cherry style or a cherry type margarita. The timestamps will be listed in the description below. Enjoy. Let's jump right on in. What's up, pal number one? Here is your drink. You have the Old Fashioned. Tell me how you like it. So, the card that we have coming out first for you is the Ancient Ones. Now, when I think of Old Fashioned, I usually think old or ancient. So the Old Fashioned, the Ancient Ones, reminds me of being a wise soul or old soul, or you feel like you have particular knowledge, or you just simply feel like you've been here before. Under the Ancient Ones, we have the Hermit card, and the Hermit is also technically an ancient one to me. The Ancient is a wise steward. He is a wise spirit. He's sitting here with his white beard, and his lamp that has this star in it, that's symbolizing inner truth, inner knowledge, inner wisdom in a sense. The Hermit card also came out with the Three of Cups, which talks about if this is our inner knowledge, our inner truth, and our inner wisdom. Three of Cups upholds it. They're all holding their cups up, and they're all following or supporting the same values or the same morals. Okay, so our first couple cards, we have the Guide. So now with this Ancient Ones comes, with the Ancient Ones card, the Guide coming next to it talks about you being a guide for others or those around you, or you having the wisdom to lead and to direct because of your path or because of a soul truth that you hold within yourself, deep within inside yourself, like the Hermit card. Being able to almost like direct people in a certain direction, or this is a guide coming to you, a guide coming into your life, being able to show you and direct you and guide you, almost like a mentor, a type of student and mentor situation, or a type of student and mentor relationship where you can either be the mentor or the teacher, or you can be the student, or vice versa. You teach each other with your internal truth and your internal wisdom. We have the Force Field. Force Field usually talks about your aura and what you surround or what you allow into your aura, and how it radiates out, how it projects out, and how people actually see you. We have the Mindfuck card. The Mind card actually came out twice, which is talking about the idea that you're able to almost pull people out of themselves or pull people out of their minds with whatever, it's almost like ancient healing work or ancient tactic that you learned to do, that you discovered, or that has risen up within you. You're learning to master your craft and master who you truly are to a core or to a soul level. With the Mind card, we also have Wild, so I see this as thoughts running wild. So you're able to calm people's wild thoughts, or you're able to help people and ease people and assist people, maybe people with anxiety, or people with thoughts that makes them feel unease or even trauma. It's almost like you have this warm, nurturing, I don't want to say it's like a nurturing in a feminine way, which it can be, but it's more of a warm presence. It's almost like you can just sit there, or you can sit in the room, and even without talking, it's almost like you're helping clear the force field or the energy field of others, just because of how stable and stern and confident you are within your own being and within your own self, from the wisdom that you hold within yourself. We have the Messages. So you are a conductor or a channeler of messages. You allow messages to come through, either through spirit, through source, or through your own experiences, through your own knowings, that helps relieve people and release people. Because the next card, Emotional Release. So you allow people to speak, or you allow people to talk and pour out their feelings and pour out their emotions in a way where they feel comfortable doing it with you, because you are steady and stern within yourself. You don't give a type of reaction, or you don't give a type of expression or feedback to them where they feel that they have to continue to be protective, closed off, and not their true selves. You allow their true selves to come out. So we have fire, which for me is talking about being unease or maybe not being able to completely sit still within our body or within ourselves. So it's almost like you release that tension and you release that pressure either for yourself and or the people around you. We have the sirens, so you calm people down. The sirens usually talks about being drawn to a situation or being drawn to a person. But today, this siren, since the fire is coming above it, is more talking about almost like an alarm or panic or anxiety, like I was mentioning. So you may be able to help people calm the fires within themselves, help people become more balanced within themselves and more comfortable within themselves. Next card, we have timeless. So you may provide timeless messages or you may give out advice or wisdom that stretches beyond your years, beyond time. You're an ancient one or an old soul. We have emotions. So the emotions card came out next to emotional release. So you may do a lot of energetic or emotionally healing work for the people around you. That's very soothing and allows them to fully express and maybe fully be themselves or fully release what they've been holding back. The next card is the mind card. So same thing, you allow flow and you help people ease the mind and be calm at the mind. So a card also talks about being very witty and very smart within your own self, within your own mind. You know how to operate your own mind. It's almost like you don't force the mind, but you allow the flow. You allow ideas to come through and you work with them in the way that they do come through. You direct them, but you don't try to force and you don't try to change. You go with the flow. And then we have ego death. So it seems you're very good at bringing almost like the true self out of people, and you are able to help them pull to the surface or come to the surface and be the person that they are intending or that they are wanting to be without blockages or without fears or without whatever it is that is in their path. Our next row we have coven, we have music, we have magic, and we have go. So take what resonates, leave the rest, and I will catch you in the next one. What is up, pile number 2? So your drink is the rebirth. Interesting. Take what resonates, leave the rest, enjoy. So the card that you have today is the magic card. Now I like that this card came out, and I was actually shocked that it came out. This magic card of course talks about magic. For me it talks about purity and innocence. Purity creates magic, is the start of magic. Intention, thought. The bottom we have the 10 of cups. So creating happiness or using your own idea or your own sense of what magic means to you to create a happy or stable future. The 10 of cups talks about being happy with family but friends as well, and enjoying the life emotionally that you created, being able to truly emotionally feel satisfied, content, and happy with the life that you've created. So your first cue card, we have the elixir. Now the elixir reminds me of all of the cups in the 10 of cups. The elixir is something that you do repeatedly. It's like affirmations. So you create an elixir, or you do down your affirmations. You write down your affirmations every day consistently. As you see in the 10 of cups, there's a repetition of 10 cups or 10 chalices there, representing our elixirs, and it's talking about being consistent and having unwavering faith in what it is that you're creating, what it is that you are doing. Next card we have is social. So you could be a very social person, or you may want to become a more social person, maybe out in the community, or maybe simply with your family. Maybe you want to bring magic to your family, or even a soul group or soul family or a soul tribe. We have the elephant, which talks about memories and wisdom. Elephants really don't forget too much, and they seem to remember very deep into the past. They remember ideas, concepts, and they remember faces. We have a millionaire. So you're working your magic on your money, or you're wanting to find something magical, or you're wanting to create money in a way that feels magical to you. We have body language. Body language talks about how you move and how you express the energy within inside you. Um, so you may be really good with your body and expressing your body and how you move around and how you present yourself. The next card we have timeless, and the card under that is messages. So maybe the way you dance sends a timeless message of magic or of love in that sense, or maybe you actually give and you offer timeless messages to the collective where you want to inspire and instill and embed an idea or a hope of magic. And then we have Earth, so timeless messages on Earth, being an example or being a role model or a leader, and allowing your message to precede itself, allowing you to be almost like an example with or without speaking of the idea of magic or of youth and of beauty. The magic card, I think I said it in the beginning, also talks about youth and beauty, being young and vibrant and pure. The pyramids talks about having deep wisdom, deep knowledge, especially with the elephant's card. It also talks about being aligned and in tune with yourself, and simply moving up, almost like the card says to the right, moving up to the highest path, or continuously building up and climbing up to the highest point or the highest timeline. We have the spell card, which talks about affirmations or even music and songs, which contains and which hold magic within. They change your feelings, they change your emotions, they make you feel different. So repetition of affirmations or doing something over and over again consist, or what word that I want to use, is technically considered a spell or magic. You're training the brain or training the mind. We have the stars card. The stars card actually came out twice on the right. And the timeless card actually came out twice on the right. But we have the stars card, which talks about wishes, hopes, dreams, and desires. It also talks about being a star seed. So you may be a star seed, or you may feel that you are a part of a star collective or a star seed experience. And then we have epiphany, so realizing the magic or realizing your own magic and what it is that you do or what it is that you can do. Okay, to wrap this up, on the right we have the highest timeline, we have stars, we have muses, and we have timeless. Take what resonates, leave the rest, and I'll catch you in the next one. Welcome, my power number 3. Welcome to your session. Your drink you chose was the Kyoto Sour. Let's jump right on in. So right off the back we have the Beauty Way and the Owl card coming out. This is going to be the Good Tarot and the Mystical Shaman Tarot. So now with the Beauty Way, I look right at the lotus, and it reminds me of how lotuses are grown and they blossom through the rigid mud. And out comes this beautiful flower. They have to fight through the mud and fight through almost like getting through that tough part or through that tough surface, and then a flower is bloomed, and there's a, in a sense, grand transformation through this process. The next card we have under it is the Owl. So Owl contains wisdom. Owl is an ancient being, and it reminds me or brings me to the idea of almost like understanding the process or the growth cycle of something as simple as a lotus flower having to go through this almost like, in a sense, tough phase for the beauty to be seen, for the beauty to blossom. Which gets me into our next card, which talks about diamonds, and we know pressure makes diamonds, or diamond in a rough, in that type of situation. But before that, we have the Hierophant card. The Hierophant card talks about wisdom and tying into a sense of wisdom or following a higher road, a higher path, higher morals. It talks about spiritual beliefs, religious beliefs, or a deep understanding or a deep knowing of the structures and values of what it is you are a part of. So your first card at the top, we have diamonds. So like I said, a diamond in a rough or pressure mixed diamonds. The more pressure, or not necessarily the more pressure, but in a sense, pressure makes diamonds. As simple as that. Um, Also, you're finding diamonds in your work, or finding diamonds in what you're doing, or finding the value in what you're doing. Diamonds also brings value. So you're finding the value in what you're doing, or the meaning and the purpose behind it. Next, we have the Mindfuck card, which talks about a learning curve. In a sense, it talks about a learning curve and understanding the reality around you, which I see the Hierophant talks about as well. So, a learning curve, understanding the reality around you and how you fit in and where you fit in and your place within it. Now, the Moon card also comes out with magic, so moon magic. But the moon talks about cycles and phases. It also talks about emotions, how our emotions are pushed and pulled with the tides, and almost like I was gonna say force field, but we do have force field coming out, but the force field of the moon. Then we have magic card, of course. Magic is magic. But with the moon magic coming out, it's almost like your idea or what you like to do, or maybe what you're learning to do, is use the moon or work with the moon in some way. I'm not really that verse or that knowledge down that path, but moon magic, it seems like you like to do things like moon rituals, or maybe that's what it is, setting stones or setting crystals out in the moon. Maybe you use crystals a lot, or you like crystals, especially with the Beauty Away card. It's reminding me of like a big rose quartz or something like that. So I see that idea here. Maybe you really enjoy crystals, or you really like crystals, or crystals resonate with you, because we have diamonds, and then we have flintstones, which talks about stones or crystals or rocks. So maybe you like to charge your crystals by the moon, or leave them by your window, or leave them outside during a full moon, or maybe you actually do these types of rituals where they involve the full moon, either specifically or by itself. Your next card is a new glyph, a new gift. So you may be coming into new gifts or new ideas or new abilities with yourself. You may be learning how to operate or move yourself and your reality in a new way, maybe with the moon magic. New gifts talks about clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, and all of that good stuff. We have the Flintstones again, which is reminding me of things like materials of the earth, like stones and rocks and things like that. Next card, we have Epiphany. So you're having an epiphany about this right now, or maybe this session is giving you a confirmation or a realization or something of that sort. We have the Force Field card. For me, this card talks about aura and the things that surrounds us, or the thing that is directly in our own energetic bubble. You may have a strong force field or a strong field around you that offers yourself protection, or maybe it's just an energetic barrier, or maybe it's just an idea of you letting things get close, but not close enough to actually affect your inner state, your inner peace, your inner well-being. So force field is protection. We have reward, so you may be being heavily rewarded at this time, or receiving new ideas, new opportunities, maybe in pertaining to this new gift, since it's right next to the new gift card. Maybe it's in pertaining to this new gift. We have genius. So what you are figuring out, or what you're discovering, is a genius idea, or maybe you're realizing, I'm a genius. You're telling yourself you are a genius. You are a genius. Genius also flows into the idea of the cerebral realm, or the mental realm, and the mind. So being very quick-minded, being very smart, being very witty, and you're able to piece together different processes of information, and you understand how things work together, or how things go together, or how things make sense, or you make sense of it because you're a genius. We have nature, which for me is talking about like the moon cycles, the natural moon cycles. Um, and it's also bringing back the idea of like the crystals and the rocks and things of the earth, um, and belonging to earth or belonging to nature. So maybe you are one who's very fond of nature, doing things in nature, or using the elements of nature to contribute or to add to what it is you're doing. For example, a transformation. If we're talking about the beauty way in the lotus flower and diamonds transforming. And lastly, we have the whiskey, which again ties back to the idea of magic or moon magic, or even the new gift, learning about yourself and learning how you operate, or learning how you can operate, or what you can do with the tactics or abilities or skills that you have or that you've built up until this point. And lastly, on the right, we have overnight, we have elites, we have the elixir, and we have books. Take or resonate, leave the rest. What is up, collective? Welcome to your session. You chose the cherry margarita, or the mezcal cherry margarita. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Let's jump right on in. So the first card that you have coming out is the rainbow card. Now the rainbow card depicts a bird soaring, booming through town, actually, with this rainbow light, or this rainbow beam following in its pathway everywhere that is touched or everywhere that has been. Now the rainbow for me symbolizes happiness, love, and friends. You did get the friends card. So before we move on, the two cards at the bottom we have is the Nine of Cups and the Four of Swords. Now when I was doing a pre-shuffle, the Nine of Cups did jump out, but I didn't want it to be, too. I wanted to pick or just like I picked the other cards, but then the Nine of Cups came back out. Nine of Cups talks to me about self-happiness and your wishes, your personal wishes and your personal desires. I see this all relating to being able to make yourself happy on the inside emotionally, because then we jump to the Ten of Cups, which involves community or another person. So the Nine of Cups talks about being able to make yourself happy, or having what you wish, or having what you desire for. Now the Four of Swords talks about being able to hold that state. Next to the Nine of Cups, it talks about being able to actually hold that state, hold that emotional state. So as you jump through town, or as you bounce through town, even if you don't have it yet, the feeling is emitting from within your being. So each person your light touches, it brings them that sense of joy or happiness or healing, or whatever it is that you do as you bounce through town and as you move through town. So the first card we have is investors. So when people see you in this energy, when people see you moving like this and behaving like this, they are happy and more willing to invest in you. You seem confident and happy about yourself and your life, so people are confident and happy in investing in you, or helping support your vision, your wishes with the Nine of Cups, your dreams with the Four of Swords, and your desires. We have friends coming out. So this is how you actually align to friends, or you magnetize friends to you by being your most happiest and your most elevated state and showing it. We have the Kaboom card, which talks about a lot of change, or rapid change. In a sense, this card can be a tower, but not necessarily a bad tower. It is a tower of movement, or a tower of change, or inspiration, or drive, where a lot of things are finally able to shift and change and move in a way for the better or for the positive. We have the Magic card. This is your magic, this is your gift, or this is the thing that you do. You leave a trail of almost like hope and inspiration, joy and happiness behind you, so it allows people to easily follow you and follow your path. Genius. So basically the same thing. When you know how to use these faculties, or when you know how to operate in this way, and you become a master at it, you're able to sit in that vibration and attract all of the fruits and all of the positive things that comes towards you. Next card we have is the new gift. So this is your thing. This is your new gift, or this is what you're realizing about yourself that you can do. This is something that you're realizing about yourself that you are able to and you can shift into. We have affirmations. Now when I see the cups like this, especially with the Four of Swords cards, but starting out with the Nine of Cups. When I see the cups lined up like this, it reminds me of affirmations because they're all the same chalice repeated over and over and over again. Same thing with the Ten of Cups. It's all the same chalices repeated over and over and over again, which reminds me of affirmations or something that you are constantly telling yourself in your mind to keep you elevated and uplifted above any turbulence or turmoil. Same thing with the Four of Swords. This for me talks about the mind and healing of the mind. So talking about listening to music or affirmations with music on repeat or repetitively, consistently and faithfully. We have Atlantis card. Now this card surprised me because it came out again on a side, and it is a very unique card to get, a different card to get, and I don't get it as much, but it did come out twice. So as a side note, your name could start with an A, your name could start with a D, or your name could be AD something something. But the Atlantis card, it talks about uncovering and bringing life back to something that was lost, or bringing life back to a situation, or it talks about a unique field or a unique source of knowledge coming from a deep place within, or a deep realm within. Valuable knowledge, royal knowledge, regal knowledge. We have the Millionaire card. So with the investors and the millionaires, maybe you are looking to attract investors or millionaires, which I don't like to throw in and say in our sessions, but we do have the Pentacles card coming out on the right, so maybe this is an idea of money. Maybe this is what you're looking for or what you are trying to attract, because it did pop up here and it did show up here in your session today. Also, next to the Genius card, you may be brewing up or trying to create a genius idea that will make you a millionaire, or that will turn you into a millionaire. But the next card we have is the Dream card. So the Dream card talks about, especially with the Four of Swords, dreaming a better dream, dreaming up and having yourself in a place where you feel that you are aligning to your highest path or your highest potential, and if not that, which they're all intertwined, but your highest desires, what you actually want. What do you dream of? What do you wish for? The Nine of Cups as well, not just the Four of Swords. The Nine of Cups. What do you dream about with the Four of Swords, and what do you wish for with the Nine of Cups? The Dragon card. Now, Dragon talks about different things. It talks about being able to actually express yourself, no matter how it comes out or no matter how it sounds. You're able to get your point down or get your point across. The Dragon card also talks about being able to move freely and expressively in your body. You're not scared to be a big energy. You're not scared to be big. You're not scared to be present. And you're not scared to be in a room and stand in a room and have the attention or know that people will be looking at you. And then we have Perception, which brings me to the Dragon card. It's like you're not scared of people's perceptions of you. You're very confident and you're very self-assured, which is why people would want to be your friend, or people would want to invest in you. Very confident, very self-assured. You create your own perception of yourself and what you believe about yourself, and it's very magnetic. I want to say admirable and attractive, which of course will then in turn invite investors or friends or make people want to be a part of what you're creating or what you're doing. So our last cards on the right, we have Cells, we have Pentacles, we have Behave, and again we have Atlantis. Take what resonates. So, how are you feeling? If you would like to grab another drink, you may do so. If you are the one driving home, be safe, be responsible, but go right on ahead. Take what resonates, leave the rest, and make sure to stop by next week where we will have a fully updated menu with 4 new different drinks. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.